Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? And welcome to La Súper Comadre Claudia show here on RadioCrystalUSA.com. And I just want to remind you that we are on live. So maybe you can't watch us because you're driving. Maybe you're working, doing some work and you want to just listen. Maybe the kids are in the same room and they're doing some kind of watching of some kind of marathon show, but you want to listen. So go and click on www.radiocrystalusa.com. And don't forget that the show repeats every single day, daily, at 10 o'clock in the morning and again at 10 o'clock at night. But I'm super excited because I have a new guest. But before we get to my guest, my beautiful guest that's right here next to me, she's brains, she's beauty, she's everything, and she is a candidate. And you need to be keeping up with the candidates and who's running for what, because we have some elections.
Yep.
And
right around the corner.
So we're going to get a chance to get to know Kim McTorry, and we're going to get to know the whole story. But before then, I want to touch base with my super comadre Liliana. ¿Dónde estás, comadre Liliana? ¿Qué dice la vida?
I'm right here. ¿Cómo estamos? How are you?
You know what?
I love every guest you bring to your couch now.
Yes, I got an official couch.
every guest you bring well, we learn so much from them, and of course from you, comadre. It's been almost 6 years on air, and I'm so blessed. I'm so happy that you keep bringing more and more people from our community, so everyone gets to know them.
Yes. What, and people always, I always share this because people will always ask me, what is the purpose? And my purpose is providing a platform to uplift voices, resources, stories, journeys, because you never know who might need the information, who might need the resource. And it all started with women coming together to celebrate my birthday. 6 years ago. and then from there, she was there, and the rest is history.
We should do it again, comadre. We should do it again.
We do need to have movie night. Yeah. Mom night out, movie night out, ladies night out.
Comadres night out.
Super comadre night out at the movies. Because you know what? Because that's how it started. We should have a celebration like that this summer.
I'm in.
Okay, we already got a ticket buyer right here. Right, she's reserving her spot.
I'm there. I RSVP, yes.
She already RSVP'd live, and we have a recorded. So speaking of recorded, don't forget to also follow, friends, and like us. We are on Instagram because Kim McTorry just asked me too, hey, where's this at? And I'm like, you know what? We're on Instagram. We have our YouTube channel. We're on Facebook, obviously. We are on LinkedIn. So connect with us, follow us, friend us. We're on TikTok. And it's just about providing this platform and bringing amazing people, amazing folks like Kim McTorry on. So, ¿qué hay de nuevo contigo? What's new? I know that you and I are educators by day. So, happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes. So, teachers.
Of course. Thank you for teaching us to be so happy and to share our knowledge.
Yes. And, the biggest teachers are the little ones and the kids.
Yeah.
Because you can go in there thinking you got your lesson down, your game down. And I'm the school librarian, so I'm thinking I got this, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Kids come in with who they are and what happened to them at home, and all you can do is just adjust and then go home and
they keep you on your toes.
They keep you on your toe, on my 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes, whatever toes are left at the end of the day. They keep me on them.
What I love about them is that they don't have a filter.
No, they don't.
Nope.
No, they don't.
All right, so let's thank our sponsors.
Yes. So
to this, we're gonna get to know your guest.
I'm super excited. So here we go with our sponsors, and then we'll get a chance to know the story behind Kim McTorry. And we'll be right back. Hi, I'm the Súper Comadre from RadioCrystalUSA.com, and I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So, La Súper Comadre, my platform is all about bringing people on, special guests, who either do something for the community, who have done something for the community, who match up the pillars of what my show is about, which is about taking care of your heart and soul, which is about political engagement, which is about education. So every person that comes on can be a super comadre or a super compadre, someone that's out there doing something for the community. So I invite you all to listen and to watch every Tuesday when we record the show. But it also repeats on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 10 o'clock at night on RadioCrystalUSA.com. And don't forget to give us a like. Adios. All right, we're back, and we're going to get a chance to know this amazing woman that's sitting next to me. I had the chance to meet you.
Yes, we're at Gilbert Garcia.
Gilbert Garcia. Yep. It was a
we were celebrating Daisy.
Daisy Marin. Oh my God! And also Daisy, saludos, and also exciting news because she has her show on with Telemundo. I think that's where she's being housed now.
Awesome.
Yes, amazing stuff happening with Daisy.
Great. That's awesome.
Because of Gilbert and Daisy.
Yeah, it was. And of course you looked fabulous as usual. So I immediately gravitated to your outfit and was like, oh, hey, who is this girl? I need to know her.
Why, thank you. And likewise, you know, you always say, have you ever heard that saying where it says like meets like or is attracted to like? And I'm like, I need to have her on because there's a story that you need to share.
Oh, thank you.
And right now I want for you to bring it to a level where people can see the urgency and understand the urgency of voting. And then your position, like why your position? Why should I be involved? Why should I need to go take time out my day? It's end of the school year, it's parents, graduation,
I feel y'all.
School trips, all that.
I know those struggles and the busyness that comes with being a mom. I'm a wife, mom of three. My kids are 11, 10, and 2. Yes. So 3 kids, running a campaign, running my own criminal defense practice. But I will say, as busy as I am, it's always been this way. I've never been a stranger to hard work. A little bit about me is I come from poverty. I've come from almost having nothing in my life. My family, back when I was younger, at one point we were homeless. I lived in a motel. My school bus would pick me up and drop me off at this motel. And our continental breakfast, the free breakfast that you would get at the motel, is what would carry us through dinner. And there were times where we would have to get, we would find change. My brother and I would collect change. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we would take the change to Coinstar so that we could help our parents. So coming from, I don't take any opportunity for granted. So I'm thankful to even be in this position. I'm currently in a runoff in the 208 Criminal District Court, which is one of the felony courts. And even though I'm in a runoff and I find myself every once in a while complaining about, having being busy with the kids and work and campaigning, but I'm so grateful to be where I am now, to be the first in my family to ever make it to college, the first in my family to ever become a lawyer, and to be running for judge in a community that I absolutely love and care about is amazing.
And this is your first run.
Yes.
I mean, and you look professional doing this.
Oh, thank you.
I was trying to figure out, wait, is she running again? Or is this her first run?
This is my first time running.
But you have, wow. I did not know this.
Yeah.
This is why I probably was like, there's something about Kim. There's something about you. And I'm a big believer that, the universe always puts people in your pathway for a reason.
Yeah.
To either to help you go through what you're going through, or maybe someone is out there going through something, but that they can see, oh my God, okay, look, it's going to be good. Oh my gosh.
And that's why, my story and where I've come from, that is what has compelled me and made me passionate about being a voice for the voiceless. Yeah. First as a prosecutor where I was representing victims of crimes, and now as a criminal defense attorney where I represent people that are accused of crimes. Because coming from where I'm from, I know what it feels like to walk into a room and for people to have their minds made up about why you are in the situation that you're in before they ever hear a word out of your mouth or before they ever hear your story. And so that's why I'm committed to being a judge that will hear people out, that will hear their story, hear all the facts, follow the law before I make a decision. I'm not going to be one of those judges that jumps to conclusions or makes an assumption based off of how someone looks or their socioeconomic status or where they come from. And so that's kind of what propelled me into criminal law.
So you've talked, wow. I'm still like picturing you at the motel and then now you in this position that you
I still feel emotional. Like
able to.
You're not gonna make me cry today.
You're not gonna make me cry today. And it's okay. Wait, it's okay. Let it out. Cry because this is amazing. Yeah. This is an amazing story because as a teacher, I remember my first year as an assistant principal going to look for students. Can we bring Kim a tissue, please?
Yeah.
And going to a motel to look for kids because they were not in school for 2-3 days. And there were certain kids that we had to make sure, like, okay, we didn't come one day, day two, check on we need to go. And I just jumped in the Suburban with the other assistant principal, AP, and I'm like, we're going to go look for some kids. All right, let's do this.
And thank God for teachers like you and principals like the principal that you're with, because I don't think I would be where I am without amazing teachers and amazing mentors that pushed me, that said, no, you go sit in the front. Why are you, or that pulled me aside. Why are you sitting in the back of the class? Why haven't you raised your hand? Why aren't you commenting on what's going on in class? And I think a lot of the time, even when especially when I went to college, there's this sense of am I good enough to be here? Like, am I the dumbest person in the room right now? There's this imposter syndrome where you don't feel worthy to be in the spaces that you're in. And I'm finally even now, I still struggle with being in positions. Like, I mean, you were at Cooper's house, being in rooms with people that are, making such an impact in their communities and that are these great community leaders. I think it's a lot of times there's this sense of, am I supposed to be here? And I think it's important to have teachers, mentors, good friends in your lives to say, no, you are worthy. You deserve to be here just like everybody else. And I mean, there's nothing that I've ever gotten in my life that I haven't worked my butt off to get. So this campaign is no different. I'm out talking to people every day, calling, knocking on doors, showing up to people's houses, trying to go to community events to make sure that I am able to touch all parts of Harris County.
Oh my God. Beautiful. I can't. I'm just trying to keep a straight face because I'm a big crier too.
No, I'm like, oh, we just both cried.
I am a big crier too. And I'm like, oh my God.
I don't want y'all to see me without makeup. That's a friends only face.
But she looks amazing. Oh my gosh. So now let's take it to and I want for you to share, if you feel comfortable enough, maybe not all the details, but when you did come to a roadblock and you have this imposter syndrome, you're feeling that and it's just you.
Yeah.
Nobody else is saying it. It's you. You're like fighting against you, right? What did you do? What was it that was said, or who did you go to, or was it a prayer? Was it a song? What helped you continue to keep pushing forward despite?
Honestly, I think a lot of it, like you said, was it was my spiritual, like my relationship with God. One was something that kind of kept me going, that kept me motivated, and I would go to whatever scripture I needed to go to, whatever positive quotes I need to go to get myself past that. And then I also started to give myself small assignments. So for me, I'm people always think that I'm an extrovert. I like to call myself an introverted extrovert. I would give myself, because I have to literally pep myself up, give myself a hype talk in the car before I get out and go in front of a crowd of people, because I'm so I guess I wouldn't say shy, but I'm an introverted extrovert. Okay. So I would tell myself by the end of this event, I need to have gotten at least 10 business cards, and I need to remember at least 5 people's names. And I would make myself at the end of it. So as soon as I got in the car, and I'm not as good about this now just because kids and all the things are going on. But as soon as I got into the car, I would write down where I met these people, and I would make it a point the very next day to say, it was so nice meeting you at such and such. And it made me begin to connect with people. Yeah. And I think that a lot of times, my mom always says this quote, and I used to hate when she said it. She would say, the wine is in the cluster, not in the grape. And so the more you connect with people that are at levels where you want to be, are people that are strong-minded, I think iron sharpens iron. Yes. And those are the people that kind of bring out what your gifts are, and that kind of push you forward because they sometimes are able to see things that you can't see in yourself.
It's okay. So, Mom, you're juggling it all.
Yeah.
So and now your kids, like my kids, our kids are seeing and living a different life than what we lived growing up.
Absolutely.
You know, how do you ever find yourself saying, you know, when I was
girl, all the time. I'm like,
how do you balance that with you wanting to give them like the world, but at the same time you're like, oh,
it is hard. It's hard. I think it's like you know, every once in a while we just gotta take a trip back to the hood so I can remind my kids, like, listen, we're gonna drop you off over here at so-and-so's house so you can understand how blessed you are in some of the things that you have. Because I mean, I think no matter where you're from, I think kids just complain. I think it's just a natural trait
thing
of children to complain.
But
I try my best to keep my kids grounded while still, you know, giving them things that I didn't have before. But they are washing their own clothes.
Nice.
They're cleaning up their room.
Good.
If I go up and see that it's messy, I tell them. Like,
when they hear the footsteps coming up. Start moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're running for the campaign. You have your team.
And my husband is awesome. So I
give a shout out to him, your better half, your other half.
My husband Chase McTory has been great. He's been calling me every 5 seconds, like, what time am I supposed to pick so and so up now? Because my son does select baseball. My daughter does competitive dance.
I hear about select
and then
baseball.
select baseball is all every day, all weekend.
I heard some grumbles in the back. They know.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm like.
She's got two.
Hopefully they're on the same team, because if they're not on the same team, that's even hard. Oh my gosh, that baseball is something else. And then dance competitions are all day long too. Your child does 3 dances, but you're there from like 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I've been trying to make it to stuff. My husband's picking up, dropping out, but we're making it work.
Good.
We're making it work.
Well,
just keep our head above water.
Thank you,
one day at
Chase,
a time.
right?
Yes,
thank you, Chase McTory, for making sure that this amazing human being, mom, candidate, judge is able to get out there and step into the arena and because you're literally putting your life out there. You're putting your heart, you're putting your soul out there, and that's what we need. I know a lot of times I've been asked to run. You know, I have a couple of other guests that are coming on. I've been asked, like, when are you running? And it's because they see genuine people, personality,
and you need that, because so many people that are in those positions, you start to get a sense of people are either in those positions because they like power or because they love people, and you can immediately tell the difference between who's there who's there and what their motives and if they're there for the right reasons. And so I'm hoping that, you know, people can see my heart through each event and meeting with me. I hope people can understand and see that I'm running because I genuinely care about the people of Harris County, and because of a lot of the encounters that I've had as a prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney, and seeing how my clients have been treated or how some of the delays within the courtroom have impacted their lives. Like, I think when people hear about the backlog of COVID cases, sometimes it can seem like just another news story, but I know as a prosecutor, I had a child victim who had a suicide attempt because it was a sexual assault case where her biological father was the one that was accused of the crime, and the case was set for trial, and then it would get reset, and then it was set for trial. So it was re-traumatizing her over and over again.
Have to relive
because the courts were so clogged up, and there were other trials before ours, but to have to relive it and to think you're going to get justice, and then you don't, and then you think you're going to get it, and then you don't. And then as a defense attorney, I've had a client that has passed of an overdose after getting accepted into a probation where he would have gone into inpatient rehab, but we were just waiting on that next court setting.
And he lost.
And
we lost the person. So now explain a little bit about you coming into the position, right? You're running for it, court, 208th district court. For the common person that's like, they barely go out to vote for a president. You know, what can you tell them to convince them? What are the 3 things you tell them, like, this is why you need to vote, besides just the big elections?
What I would say is, and I think my son is watching TikTok, so he's laughing in the background about TikTok. But is he making a TikTok? This is no laughing matter. This is a serious matter. These courts. So the 208 District Court is one of the courts that handles all of the felony cases. And I think the reason why this election is so important and these type of races are so important because you're more likely, you or someone in your family is more likely to come into contact with a judge than you are the president of the United States. These are the elections that
makes
matter.
A lot of sense. Say that again.
You're more likely to come in contact with a judge in a courtroom than the president of the United States or the vice president. So these
or the governor.
Or even the governor. These local elections
matter.
And
the train is passing through, so we'll let them agree.
Yes.
They're honking in agreement.
Like about how important this is. And these local elections matter so much.
They do. So, okay. I love what you said. I mean, that right there, just like you're more likely to face a judge than the president of the United States. And although that's important too. But.
Yeah, that's important too. And also these elections are what affects our everyday in and outs. Everybody deserves to feel safe in their community. Everybody deserves to feel like if they were to be accused of a crime, they would get treated fairly. Due process is constitutional, it's ingrained in our Constitution. The due process and fair treatment and people's presumption of innocence, those are things that are all ingrained within our constitutional rights. And it's important that we have judges that are fair and that are balanced and able to see both sides. Like currently right now, I'm the only candidate in my race that has actually practiced on both sides. And it was important to me to see things from a victim's perspective as well as the perspective of someone that's accused of a crime. Because these type of cases are cases that not only impact those two parties, but also the people that love them and the people in their lives. These decisions impact so many other people in our community as a whole. And a lot of times what we see in these courtrooms and these backlogs is it's an inability for a judge to manage a courtroom. So the cases are backlogged, and it's also an inability for common sense, long lasting solutions. I think we've for a long time put Band-Aids on problems. We'll stick them in jail. And we have to start focusing on some of the nonviolent cases that are clogging up the docket, substance abuse, things dealing with mental health. If we can start giving people the resources they need to be successful, perhaps we can reduce recidivism and we don't have this vicious cycle of people coming in and out of the criminal justice system.
Like a revolving door.
And then we're able to focus on those violent crimes. We're making room to handle those violent crimes of repeat offenders or people that are committing violent crimes against citizens. So it solves both problems by giving nonviolent offenders the resources that they need to be successful. We're getting those cases off the docket and clearing them out so that we can handle the cases where people are seriously being hurt, assaulted, murdered.
And deal with the big, heavy stuff that needs to be made sure that you put them where they need to be and not hurt anybody else.
Exactly.
Okay. So that okay. But the way you said in the beginning, you're more likely to be in front of a judge than in front of the president.
Yeah.
Not just say don't vote for the president, but get involved.
These matter.
So we're gonna wrap it up now. But I got a little quote here, and I thought about you when I read it. I did not pick this because of you, but when I read it right now, I'm like, oh my gosh, my quote for today for the week is: stand before the people you fear and speak your mind, even if your voice shakes. By Maggie Kuhn.
I love it.
And when you were saying about the imposter syndrome, about still putting yourself out there, about like, why me? Do I belong there? It reminded me of that. You still need to be there no matter what. Because what we do is modeling for your kids, modeling for my girls.
We're normalizing success for our children.
And normalizing people that look like us in these positions. In these positions. So I wanted to take the time today to give you the platform, Kim, so that my listeners, my audience can get a chance to know you. So final words for the listening audience about you.
My final words are, it is important that we have people on the bench that are going to be fair, that are going to be compassionate, and that are going to follow the law. And not only know the law, but have the work ethic to get things done. And so I'm so excited about the opportunity to work hard, roll up my sleeves, and work for the people of Harris County, to continue working for the people of Harris County as I have done every day of my career. So please come out and vote. The elections are May 16th through the 20th, and the early voting is 16th through the 20th. The election day is May 24th. So let's come out and vote. You guys have seen all the news stories, and it's important for us to improve our story Let's improve our story. Let's work together. Improve our story. Vote Kim McTorry for the 208th Criminal District Court. Improve our story. Vote Kim McTorry.
I love it. I love it. So thank you so much, Kim. Woo! Yes. Thank you so much for coming. And we got a couple of shout outs. Stephanie Wilkins. Hi, Candy Kim.
Hi, Stephanie.
Chris Pignon. Hi. So they were like connecting right now and watching. Thank you, Ilse Garcia, who's going to be on next with hashtag Real Talk. So we'll be right back. And we're going to get a chance to meet again my amazing co-host, Ilse Garcia and Marianne Garcia. I'm going to be squished between two Garcias. And we're going to have Real Talk. And we're going to have I Comadre So Hard. Comadre meeting women friends. And we're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about what's real.
I'm in the group, man.
You know what? We might kick you in there too. All right. So this concludes for this show. Make sure to connect with Kim McTorry. Follow her, like her. Reach out
Kim
to her.
McTorry for Judge. So at Kim McTorry for Judge on Instagram and on Facebook.
She takes donations and volunteers, time, talent, and treasure.
Yes.
All right. So don't forget to watch us again every single day. You can watch it here. Come back to the Facebook page and stay tuned because we're going to come back again with my super comadres, Ilse Garcia and Marianne Garcia. And now we have an official super comadre, Kim McTorry. Yeah. Woo! And adios.
Bye. See y'all.
Hi, I'm the Super Comadre from RadioCrystalUSA.com, and I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So, La Super Comadre, my platform is all about bringing people on, special guests, who either do something for the community, who have done something for the community, who match up the pillars of what my show is about, which is about taking care of your heart and soul, which is about political engagement, which is about education. So every person that comes on can be a super comadre or a super compadre, someone that's out there doing something for the community. So I invite you all to listen and to watch every Tuesday when we record the show. But it also repeats on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 10 o'clock at night on RadioCrystalUSA.com. And don't forget to give us a like. Adios.